It doesn't say live yet. There it is. Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Margaret. Welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. I am a reselling homeschooling mom that flips things on eBay and Etsy to help support my family. And I am here today going live because we're going to talk about some of the questions that you have brought to me. And I wanted to be able to address some of these questions, whether they're about reselling on eBay or shipping, just different kinds of things that have come up. And before we do, I wanted to talk about the Join Me button. I came to you guys with some asking for advice a few videos back, and we talked a little bit about that as an option, and I went ahead and set it up. And so I wanted to talk to you about it and just share what it is so that you're familiar with what it is if you see it, and if it's something that you think is a good option for you, because ultimately I'm not a great salesperson. This is why I resell online and not, I don't do Pampered Chef and things like that, because I'm not really good at asking my friends to buy things from me. But I thought, after talking to all of you in the video, I thought it was a good option where I could offer my services to anybody who felt like that would be a good value for them. So ultimately, it's about, will you find value in this opportunity? I got a great opportunity for you. Just listen. No, in this service, I suppose. So it's not just me like asking for a handout or anything like that, but it is a membership sort of thing. But anyway, it'll be easier if I just talk you through it. Obviously, I'm not a great salesperson, but this is what it looks like. Hi in the chat, I see you, and I'm going to come back to the chat in just a second, and we'll talk some more. I have some questions lined up from videos, and then if you have questions here, I'll definitely make those a priority. So let me just talk to you about what the join button is and what it means, and because I'm not going to be shoving it down your throat in every video, so let me just get it out of the way here. So there's a little button here. It says join, and then there's me like all excited saying, "Yeah, you made it." Okay, and I'm going to pause that because we don't want to see that. So what it is hang on, I'm moving my little windows around. And again, no pressure at all. So there's different levels. The bronze level is $1.99 a month, and underneath it, it'll say like what do you get? Because I'm not just doing, here, give me money and you get nothing. So it is, let's see, you get these little stars next to your name in the chat, okay, and then shout outs, and then so that's the $1.99 is just like kind of the basic, and then I have the ability to post things that are just for members. So like if I do on the community page, like a post that only the people that are paid members can see, if I share like tips and things like that, whatever. So that's another thing too, for that level. And then the silver level is a $4.99 a month. And then this is, so you'll get everything from the other level. And then after that, once a month, I'll do a exclusive beginner's tips video. So once a month, I'll put up a little video for a tip that maybe you guys have asked for. If you're like, I really could use a tip about shipping or thrifting or listing, so I'll come up with a quick video for that once a month and put that up. Gold is $9.99 a month, and again, this is just options, you guys. So once a month, I'll put up a poll in the group, in the membership area, and you'll get to vote on an exclusive video topic, and then I'll make that exclusive video for just the members that are in there. So if it's like, I don't know, whatever you guys decide, really, because the main thing is, let me go back over here. The main thing for the reason I'm doing this is that I get so many questions, and I get, and I don't mind that. It's just I don't have time to answer them. But this way, I feel like, you guys can ask me specifically things that you really need help with, and I can really hone in and make some content specifically for you if you are needing that. So that's the whole point of it, is to be able to help you where you need it, not just like, here, I'm going to do what I want. Right? So that's what that one is. And then the diamond level is that everything from before you have access to. And then once a month we do an exclusive live video, kind of like this, where I go live and it's exclusive just to the people that are in the group, and you guys can ask questions, or we can do shop reviews, or you can send me your links, and we'll have an hour where we just hone in on where you need help. So that's what that is. Okay, got that out of the way. Did it. YouTube says that that's what you should do if you're creating a join button, is explain it. So now I've done it. Hopefully I'll see you there, and if not, it's cool, no biggie, because I know money's tight, but if you need it, that's where it's at. Okay, so thanks for listening to my spiel about that, and hello everybody. I am going to be talking to the chat off and on throughout the video, so just forewarning that that's what this is going to be. I know some people don't like videos where I'm talking in and out of the chat, but I'm going to be in this one. And as I said before, I've got a list of questions that have been asked in different videos that I thought I'd be able to address in this way. Sometimes I'll take your questions and make a whole video because I think it's something visual that you need to see. But that's what anyway. Okay, but let me go through the people here live first and see if you guys have questions, because you guys have priority. Let's see. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. And I just want to say also, I've had so many new subscribers, and I'm glad you're here, and I welcome you. And I have a lot of friends that have been here for a really long time, and thank you for being here thick and thin. And I think if you're new here, you'll find a fantabulous community in the chat. If you ever are not live here and you want to make sure you catch me live, hit the little bell next to the subscribe button, because everybody in the chat is just really supportive and wonderful. So, and I'm so glad. And you get to know people. It's really nice. All right, so here we go. Questions, yay. I am seeing a question from What's the Deals? Do I sell internationally or just in the USA? I sell internationally. I've always sold internationally on Etsy. It's pretty easy. The way they have it, they automatically calculate for you. eBay, I used to do the global shipping. When I first started, I didn't. And then I had not a scary incident, but it was like a scammy type of thing, which I don't use lightly, I swear. And so that really spooked me as far as shipping internationally. So I really wanted that buffer with the global shipping program, because it is a lot more expensive on the buyer's end. So you do possibly miss out on sales because the buyers in international countries don't want to pay that extra big amount for shipping. But as a new seller, I liked having that kind of security that it brought, because once eBay and the global shipping took possession of it, it was out of my hands, and so it was cool. But after a while, I felt a lot more confident, and so I just took off global shipping and I was ready to spread my wings and fly. So that's what I do now. It's just I ship wherever. Yeah. So we're talking animals. Yay. Pets. And we got our, not our last cat, but 2 cats before we got at the Humane Society. The last one we got at the shelter. Okay. Okay, so M. Nanette is asking, is reselling profitable for all or just the social media stars? The stars, darling. It's profitable. Believe me, there's plenty. I'm pulling up something. I'm not being rude. There's something that happened just a second ago that I saved on my phone, and that answers this question. No, there's lots of people who resell that do way better than I do. I mean, and they don't waste their time on social media. I don't want to say I'm wasting my time, because I love helping. So, but this was I'm on Instagram, and so I was scrolling through. I don't know if I follow this person, Poshmark Savvy, but I follow the hashtag eBay community. Poshmark Savvy shared an Instagram thing. Let's see if you can. It only takes $27.40 a day to make an extra $10,000 a year. And when I saw that, it really made me pause and think, because it's true. And if you break it down into those small chunks really, really start adding up. So, I mean, it's like when I sell on eBay and Etsy, my goal is $200 a week. I usually make more. Some weeks I have lower weeks, but when you look at it that way, those little bites, out of the apple start really adding up. The next thing you know, oh, I'm full. I can't eat anymore. No, bring on the apples, right? it really adds up. So, and I just had this conversation with my sister earlier too. So yeah, it is definitely profitable, probably more so than for me, because, and I do get that comment sometimes, be like, just don't make videos and go take pictures of stuff. But then I wouldn't get to talk to you. Okay, next, Sharon says, how many people in each group? Oh, as far as the join button, on this, there's no limit. So I don't foresee it getting that big, but if it did, then we could definitely break it down. Like, let's say on the $24.99, where it's like the private video for that size group. You're right, it might be kind of big, but if it did get, I would say like 5. If it was more than 5 people at that level, I would probably schedule videos so that we could really make the most of your time. Because again, the whole reason for me doing that is to be able to help, in the most effective way. Yeah. Christine. Oh yeah, and she says, "Did I miss the Patreon thing?" Yeah, I thought originally. I'm gonna pull my foot up. Sorry, hang on. I thought originally that you had to have 100,000 subscribers to do the join button on YouTube. And when you guys brought it up to me in the other video when I was asking for advice, I went ahead and looked into it, and I don't have to have 100,000. But I've also set this up over on Patreon. So if you're more comfortable with the Patreon platform, it's the same exact setup, same exact everything, except for it's on Patreon. So, let's see. I think Nanette and Dan, they're wondering about, they like thrifting, but you don't seem to make a profit. It took me a while to really build up to where I've been doing it for 7 years maybe. And so it took a little while. At first it was like, I just set those little goals, I think 200 a week is pretty achievable though. Especially if you're part-time. I know I've talked about how eBay and Etsy is part of my income because I do merch by Amazon. I do a few other different things, YouTube. And so if you took all those other things out and say replaced it with my teaching, then I could still try to conceivably make $200 a week while I was teaching by reselling, because of the amount of time that, there are weeks when I'm on fire and I'm listing like crazy. I'm taking photographs. These last 2 weeks here have not. I've been so busy with the kids and things that they have to do that I haven't been able to. I'm listing like one thing here, 2 things there, because I just have to do what I have to do. So I think it's doable. Yeah. And I think it takes time on some of them, and I think having somebody that can look at your shop objectively and say, you might work on the pictures, or, let's look at that title, or the shipping. And yeah, I still like that too. Because you guys will sometimes look at my shop and say, Margaret, you misspelled something. And then I can go fix it. Brighton says, does this mean no more videos? Absolutely not. It is, everything on the YouTube channel is going to be exactly the same. So I will still bring the same content to you guys that I always bring on my YouTube channel. That's a good question though. And then just on the membership side, it'll be more like focused stuff that they ask for. So if they're asking for, like, I really need some help with, even if and as I've said before, I've got a bunch of videos on everything. So, you're definitely go look at those. But if you feel like you still need more, then that's where that falls into place. So yeah, it's nothing else is going to change on my channel. It's still going to be the same videos because I can't not. I love it. I think it's the educator in me that need to share. So, global shipping is good for starters. Oh, sorry, I hate it when my chat jumps, you guys, and it just did it again. And again, I have a pretty thick skin, so if you have any questions that you're like, I'm worried about asking, but I really want to know, just ask me, because that's a good question. I'm looking. I will definitely still have all the same videos. Hello, thank you for coming, everybody. Okay, Rose says, how do I start selling misfit jars of broken jewelry? Well, like mixed lots and things like that, craft lots of jewelry. What I do, I will go, and when some of mine have sat for a while, but some sell fairly quickly. I go in and I look at what other people have sold, and like for the amount they've sold it for and what kind of words they're using. And I don't copy exactly what they do, but I kind of pull, harvest words from different listings that I think fit, and I see how they've worded it. So, I mean, just learning from other people that are selling that have sold, or sellers. Like sometimes you'll see the same style of photo in the solds for that, and then I'll go click and see what that seller's got, and just kind of try to learn from. You want to learn from the best, right? You want to learn from who's actually selling. So you go and see what they've got. I mean, again, not copy paste, but just to get ideas for how they're doing it and how they're wording it and how their pictures look, like that. So that's what I do. Mary Ann said, what method of shipping mugs do I use most often? I don't have a box handy. I use a 6x4x4 box most often, and then I put that box into a padded flat rate mailer that you can get for free from the post office, and that ships for a little less than $8. So I usually charge about $8 for my shipping on my mugs. And then if I have a mug that's a little bit of a bigger size mug, then I use a 6x4x8, 6x8x4, and then there's also a 6x6x6 mug. But so I'll have a little bit bigger, and then those don't fit into the padded. I think 8 one might, but I don't do that. So then it's still about $8. Sometimes it might be a little bit over, but usually it's right around there. Yeah. Den says, do I sell CDs? I have. I'm not the master at it at all, but I have sold CDs in the past. So mostly Christmas ones. I think I had some heavy metal ones. I did. I got a bunch of heavy metal ones at a garage sale one time, and some sold fast and some were a little bit slower. Yannicka says, in order to make money, you have to find your own niche. If you try to do what you do, you won't sell. Yeah, and I do agree with that. To a point. Yeah, you have to, like, I have gone in and out of niches as far as selling. Like, I agree. Like, I have tried to sell clothing and I cannot do it. It's not because it's not profitable, because it is, but I just don't get into it. I think maybe also that I'm not really, you can't tell from what, you don't see much of what I wear, but I'm not like very fashionable as far as the way I dress. And I don't know. There are people that are, and so that's awesome. I get into like really fun, weird, hard goods and jewelry and things like that. So I think part of it is definitely buying things that you're into selling and into finding and things. Like some people love selling music CDs, records, I don't know. Variety, though. I like a variety, but it does have to kind of be. I don't usually look at clothes unless I see something that's just like, wow, that's awesome. Like that jacket I've got hanging over there that I still haven't measured. But I've sold some shoes before, so I try to have a few little shoes or a few little things in the back of my mind, that I know, like if I see it, okay, that's something I should probably get. But I don't know all of it. There's nobody can know everything. There's no way. Heather says also if it's an expensive item, it's good to use global shipping. Good point. A lot of money. Oh yeah, a lot of money in CDs and cassettes. I've done some with cassettes as well, and like lotting them and things. So, Brigitte asks, where are you most successful with mugs? My eBay mugs are not moving. I get that question a lot about which site, not just with mugs, but on eBay and Etsy, which is more profitable as far as just different things. But it ends up evening out. Yeah, it ends up evening out about the same. Christine says, I make money reselling, definitely not YouTube star. Yeah. Michelle says, isn't there thrifting etiquette? The past few days, other customers will start talking to me and saying I got some great things and pick them up, turn them over from inside your cart. Oh no, there is. I don't know. I would never do that, but I have had that happen. Like having other people coming. One time, I feel bad now because I think maybe the guy was on the spectrum, but at first I didn't realize it. But my kids had laid out some Nerf guns on the floor at the Goodwill. First of all, savers. And I've told them, like, if you think you might want it, put it in the cart. Well, they've got these 3 or 4 guns, and they're standing over them, talking about them and looking at them. And this guy walks over, bends down, reaches up, picks up a gun, and starts walking away. I was like, "What are you doing? My kids were looking at that, you know." And he came back, and he was like, clearly, like, he started explaining something else, and I was like, okay, I felt kind of bad because I think he, or else just socially he didn't get what was happening. And he was very pleasant after that and nice. So, but yeah, I've had that happen. So, don't take the guns from my kids. But lesson learned for them too. Don't leave stuff laying around if you think you might want it. I should have just let them walk off with it, honestly. I told my kids often enough. Okay. Heather says, we make our living selling on eBay. Oh, yeah. Started as a lucrative hobby. Hi, Kim, new subby. Hi. Let's see. Oh, dear. I lost my chat again. It jumped. Boink. Scrolling back. Sorry. I don't like it that this happens because I know it's annoying. Okay. Scroll. Okay, I'm finally back where I was. It all adds up, yes. Have I thought about arbitrage? Like going to find things on clearance and stuff like that. I used to do like retail arbitrage as far as like selling on Amazon. I used to do Amazon FBA until the fees were just like insane. But no, I'm not as into it. I mean, I used to do it a lot, like go to not Savers, but like CVS and like scan things, or go to Walmart on the clearance aisle or finding seasonal things that we get here that maybe other places don't get. But it's just not. It is very lucrative to do, but it's not. I've tried it. I didn't like it as much, but it's nice to know that option is there. So yeah. Let's see. Do you still have the problems with retail arbitrage on this platform that people have when using Amazon? I suppose. My main problem with Amazon, though, was the fees. So I had some returns, but it wasn't anything. It's just part of business, I guess. Oh, thank you. What's the deal? Thank you so much. Oh, dear. Kim says, I just bought a 16-piece Nax. Oh gosh, I'm going to say it wrong. Prentice dish set, 1960s. Would I set a price or put it up for auction? I usually do buy it now. That's just personally, but I don't know that. If it's something that is that people look for, it's pretty scarce and they're willing to battle over it, then do an auction. But most of my stuff I put on buy it now. I even tried putting that Ewok Village up on auction, and it didn't go. I got a couple bids, but I set a reserve price, and it didn't make my reserve price. And I'm like, no, I know I can get more for this. So, yeah. Pigs Can Fly. Do I resell furniture? I have, but I don't anymore. I'm not opposed to it, but it's just it's a learning curve, and I would have to learn how to ship it or I've tried selling stuff locally, and I know that there's a few people around that refurbish furniture and flip it locally, or they have a booth that they can put it in. But yeah, that would be a big learning curve. Daniel says, do you think some bolos are fake just to see people run? Ooh, good question. Possibly. I don't. I would wonder, like, who does? I mean, I know that there's unscrupulous people out there, but I would not. I wouldn't tell you one that just to make you run, because why? And I've gotten the comment a few times, especially lately, about why would you tell people where you shop and what you buy, and this is a competition. And I don't view it that way. I feel like I've been doing this for so long. I've never felt like, darn it, if only I hadn't told them about whatever it was, that it would still, I never, it has never affected me in that way. I know everything goes through cycles. Like, if you remember, the big hug mug was a giant thing. Um, and I actually found one. It didn't sell during the peak of when it was really popular, but it still sold for like $25 or something, maybe more. I can't remember. But no, there's so much out there. We live in America, the land of waste, and people just like get rid of their stuff willy-nilly, and then they go buy new stuff, and then they get rid of that stuff too. So, sorry, I just went off on a tangent. I suppose, I guess you'd, as far as fake bolos, you would have to see how you feel about the person giving the bolo. Is it a person that you feel would do that? Unfortunately, there are people out there that would do that. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, set a small goal and up it when you meet it. Exactly, nations. That's good. If you have to have health insurance, sell full-time. Well, that's true. I just recently had to get health insurance, and that was a right there. Health insurance. Thank you, Piper Lay. I'm so glad. She says, I've been a big help. She buys and sells. You sell $50 a week, but you're new and learning. Yeah, I mean, it starts, that ball starts rolling, and then you get a good rhythm. And then I've heard it called feeding the beast. You keep feeding that beast. I was thinking about that when I was carrying up tubs of stuff this morning. I had 2 tubs from the bins that I was carrying up the stairs, and then I had boxes of things I was carrying down the stairs. So I was just like, it's like feeding a dog. The dog food comes in, and then it comes out in these very square brown packages. In and out, right? So, inventory for insurance. Yeah, I have inventory or insurance. Yeah. Let's see. Do you have to be on social media to do the best on reselling? No, I don't share things on social media. There are, one of my groups that do Pinterest shares, and I used to do a lot more with that. I just don't have time, honestly, with being a single mom and being, homeschooling my kids and all the stuff we have to do. I just don't have time. So I just have to take what I can get, whatever sales I can get. And let's see. Sue says, will this affect your sales time, and is it worth it? I think so. I think also me being who I am and wanting to help and knowing that there is value in knowledge, and knowing, and I talked about this a little bit in the other video when I talked about, it was a really long video. It was towards the mid to end when I was talking about how empowering it is to be able to make your own money, and how we are all doing this for different reasons. Here I go. I can feel myself getting, and how important it was to me to be where I am today, to be able to support myself doing this. And so if I can give back in any way and help somebody else that's maybe retired, trying to make that health insurance payment, or their parents they're taking care of their parents, and and they can't go out into the workforce. There's so many different life needs that people have, and I know what it meant to me to be able to get to this point. And if I am able to offer even just a small slice of that to help somebody else, and yeah, I've got a ton of videos people can watch, but I do get that sometimes, you might want a little bit of extra one-on-one. Like, I have a very specific question, and I had a very short back and forth with someone today who was wanting me to identify and price jewelry. And it was a dude for him. And I was like, so I have a form letter now. I'm like, here, I just copy and paste it. I had 3 yesterday, 2 so far today, where I just can't. So it's a way that I can help. So I sent this form letter to this dude who wanted me to price his jewelry. And I was like, it said, I charge this much an hour if you want a private one-on-one for me to help you, blah, blah, blah. And he wrote back, no, I can't do that. Just price it. And so, like, it was a Facebook Messenger thing. So I just sent, because you can request money. So I was just like, boop, request $25. No, I said I can't pay it. I'm just going to send you the pictures. And then I just ignored. I was like, okay. No. And that way I feel like I can help. But I think he was just being lazy. Just look it up. I don't know. That was rude maybe of me. Anyway. So it takes time. Corinda says, I want to do this full time, but I don't see how I can make that kind of money. I think it's true. It takes time to build up to that. And it's nice to see there are a lot of people on YouTube that share their numbers and what they do. And that, everybody's got a different place in how they do it. But it did take time for me to get even to this point. And if it was the only thing I did, then I know I could make a lot more money. But it's not the only thing I do. So, yeah. Let's see. Scratching Florida says, Margaret, do I have info for someone on SSI wanting to do eBay but scared their checks will be downsized? Ooh, I don't know. Because that's tricky. That's tricky. When they... Oh, I don't like the way that system is all set up. We'll just put it that way. Because people are trying to do the best for themselves, and then they're scratching out just barely enough, and then they get their other benefits taken away, and it's like, so if they try, then the things that they need to, like, continue to support them until they can spread those wings, it just gets yanked out. So, oh gosh, there needs to be reform, but don't get me started on that. Let's see. I am looking in the chat for some more questions. How many friends do we have watching? Hey guys, go over there and hit that thumbs up button. Or if you think I could do something better, hit the thumbs down and tell me. Oh, hi, Jesse's there. Hi, Thrift School. Looking good, man. If you guys don't follow Thrift School, I lurk a bit. I don't get to comment or watch as much as I like, but you're looking good, buddy. Anyway, and he puts out good videos too, so. All right. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Ravina. Sincere asks, have I tried reselling books? Yeah, I have. Again, it's that whole, the scanning the books. And I've sold, mostly I get into vintage books, and I have sold, I never did that video about the Bible I sold, that Army Navy Bible. And it sold for a lot. So I enjoy selling vintage books, and because that's kind of what I'm drawn to when I see that. So just the idea of just sitting there scanning all the books to see which one. I mean, it's definitely an option. Yeah. So Michelle says the flat rate mailer is only $8. I normally sell plants and do well. Plants take up a lot of room. Yeah. The bubble mailer for the padded flat rate, it's about $8. It's not quite even. It's like 7 something. If it fits, it ships. So unless your plant might get smooshed in it, but you can put it in a box. I put my 6x4x4 box in there. Yeah. So I'm scrolling. Uh-oh, it jumped again. No. I just saw the question. Please show us an example. Hang on. I'm coming back to it. Again, sorry, I hate this. Okay, I see something I read before. Okay. Janet says, please show us an example of how you actually pack your mugs to avoid breakage. Okay. So here's my eBay, not my eBay, but my YouTube. And let's see if I can search. I have done a few videos on this. Where's my search button? I'm going to pull this over my face. Watch, it's going to just, there's a little search bar. Oh, come on now. Where did the search bar go? There it is. Okay, you can barely see me. So if we do in the search bar over here on my channel and type ship mugs, it'll pull up. This way I can show you. So here is this one with me holding the Pocahontas mug. Can you see me over here? There. That's the one I did most recently. So 2 months ago. And I show you how I ship bigger mugs and how I ship smaller mugs. So if you're interested, I could show you now, or I could just point you in that direction. Because then I walk you through the whole process. And that would be better, I think. So there's that. Okay. I was like, I had a feeling I was going to need to pull that up. So let's see. There we go. Silly question. It's not silly. Robin says, silly question. Do you keep buying inventory even if you still have inventory to list? Yes. Because all of the excuses. And I like it. So I only get to go thrifting, especially because I'm a single mom now. I only get to go very infrequently, and it's therapeutic for me. And because I can go to the outlet, I can give you all the excuses in the world. I like it, and I enjoy it. And I do have a mountain, a money mountain over here that is going to be listed all one day, but not today. And I'm going to probably go again this weekend, maybe. So, it's just part of it. And I know there are other resellers who are way better at getting all of their, I know we're not calling it a death pile anymore. What's the new term? I forget what they're calling it now. But they're much better about that. And of course, you want to get it all listed and everything. But there's also that aspect personally. Like, I need that. Need the treasure hunt. It's that thrill of the hunt. Yeah, so I do. Hello, everybody in the chat. Go over there and hit that thumbs up. So, I can't see the thumbs down, which is probably a good thing, but that's all right. Okay, I have a Scratching Florida Lotto says, I have a store on eBay. Where do I see if I can get a coupon for cents off for the shipping supplies? I tell you what, they make it so hard to find, don't they? So here's the deal. Let me show you this. This is one of the things I did not pop up, but I can pop it up real fast. If you come over to Flipper Tools, because I always forget, and I think I made a video even. If you come to Flipper Tools, I think they have a thing where, let's see, best offer, actual selling price, shipping. I could have sworn that they had one. Where's my coupon? Here it is. Under eBay Tools on Flipper Tools. Where's my coupon? You click that, and it'll take you to your coupon. And I'm not going to take you to mine because it has like a coupon code. And if I haven't used mine yet, then it'll like pop up my coupon code. And you guys will see it. And then you can go and use my coupon code to buy shipping supplies. And then I will cry. So that's where you find it. I won't cry, but I'll be like, darn it, why did I do that? Okay, so I showed you that, talked about that. Someone pulled a, oh my gosh, Heather said someone pulled a pot out of my hand in an estate sale. Dude, I would have said, you better hit me with that pot. I'm going to chase you down. Get it out of your hand. No, that would be crazy. Yeah. Leave nothing unwatched. Totally. Yes. Kathy says, I'm planning to start my store on eBay, but I don't know what store I should have. I only have 55 on eBay and 248. Okay, so my suggestion as far as what store level to get, I don't remember what the different amounts are of the free listings. Not free, but how many you get before they start charging you again. So I maxed that out. And then, because I forget what it is on the basic store. I don't have it memorized. At the basic store level, you get so many like free listings, and then they charge you. So once I've maxed that out, once they're going to start charging me, if it's going to be more than the next level up, then I just go up to the next level store. So I'm at the medium one. I think the last one's like the anchor store, which I will never probably be at because I don't even know how many items. It's a lot. So that's what I do. And I don't have that pulled up, and I'd have to search. You know how eBay is. I feel like I'm dissecting a frog or something, trying to find like the spleen. Where is it? I can't find it. It takes a while. eBay, come on. Scratching Florida Lotto says, I told this lady, don't even look at that cart or you'll be writing left-handed. Oh dear. So, looking. Do I use eBay Managed Payment, and what are my thoughts on it? eBay Managed Payment? I don't know. I don't think I use that. I just get the money. I don't think I use that, and I don't know anything about it. I'm in a little bubble, I think. So, hey Glenda, do you guys see the star next to Glenda? That means that Glenda's a new member. Thank you for joining, Glenda. So that's the little star. If you see her in the chat, that little star, it shows like somebody's a member or hit the join button. So hey, thank you. What's the deals? You may have said this too, but do you sell on Amazon? No, but I used to. Well, I sell shirts, merch by Amazon, like print-on-demand shirts, and I have a few KDP, like the books. I tried with the KDP. The learning curve for me is steep on things, so I need to have time to really saturate my brain with it. Okay. Oh, I see a super chat came in. Who did they come from? Tony says, oh, thank you so much, Tony. Tony says, I'm a new seller. I'm learning a lot from your videos. Thank you. Thank you so much for that super chat, Tony. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad I can help. So, definitely. So, arbitrage. Okay. Oh, nice. Thrifty Paper Garden said, I just found vintage flocked fabric that was in my death pile. Put it up for auction. $300 for vintage, 7 yards of fabric. Nice. Flocked fabric. Ooh. So nice. Pink Elephant says, I find it interesting. Most of my stuff goes west. Do you find most of your stuff comes east? I'm in the middle. So it's like both ways. Yeah. And how many listings do I get done per day on average? Kelly says, am I the only one listing or do I have helpers? I am a one-woman show, so I've thought about asking for help, but then I think I'd be too nitpicky about things, needing it done a certain way, or my room is too messy. I can't have you go in there, that kind of thing. I try to get 5 things listed a day. It does not always happen. There are times there are days when I get 15 things done, and then there are days when I get 1. So I do what I can. Yeah. I try not to compare. It's hard. I try not to compare too much because I know some people are really, really good about listing very consistently and a lot. Hi, Mario. It's a long time. Yeah. Hi, Joni. Nice to see you too. Let's see. Janet. Oh, did somebody say something? Oh, thank you. He's scratching Florida Lotto says, Janet, please know Margaret is a walking eBay school for all of us. I never miss her videos. Because of her, I have money in my wallet. Oh, thank you, you guys. Thank you. I hope so. I hope so. And my chat jumped again. How long have I been at this? Because I'm going to have to... I don't want to go too crazy long. The other day I just kept going and was like, Okay. Could you do a what sold showing what sold, pulling the items and packing them and sending them out? Yeah, that's a possibility. Where I know Anne used to do that. If y'all watch, I'm sorry, I'm going to scooch my chair forward. Anne, who's Anne Eckhart. She's still called See Anne Save, or is it Anne Eckhart now? I think. Where each time something sold, she would pack it and then do that. So that's a possibility. It's just I have to remember because a lot of times when I get my shipping done, I've gotten the kids to bed, and then it's time for me to pack things up, and I'm usually just like, oh, time for me to go to sleep too now. So we'll see. I'll try. Let's see. Shane says you have to bargain with yourself. Can't go buy unless you list 3 items. That seems doable. That seems doable. Yeah. Money pile sounds better. Oh yeah, than death pile for sure. I'm so glad that you guys made it live. My voice is like that. Let's see. I'm looking. I guess next time I should say, if you've got a question, put question marks at the beginning to make it a little easier. I'm gonna. Let's see. Let's be happy. What's my favorite finds? Jewelry, knickknacks, or antiques? Oh gosh, I like them all. I like finding really unusual things. I love it when, I just listed the other day like a blotter for when people used to write with, dipping ink pens and then they'd have to blot them. And so I found in the bins, I found that blotter. Pardon me. And I was listing that and I was like, oh, it made me so happy to find, I don't know, I almost feel like I'm rescuing it from the, what's the word? I'm getting no words today. Landfill. I'm miming it, obviously not well. Landfill. Sorry. You guys, thank you for those very kind words. Thrift School says I like selling baby goats. Whatever. But knowing you, gosh, you probably do. Oh yeah, Galveston is fun. I'm almost to the bottom. Oh yeah, Pink Coffee says, can you show how you organize your inventory and where? I can, but maybe later. When my brother was here a couple weeks ago, I mentioned this before too, he helped me. We went and got a big shelf for me to put my money pile on, my mountain of unlisted things. And now it is a mountain because it's taller than me. And then most of my listed stuff is over on this side. So a rocker blotter. Yeah, rocker blotter, like that. Shane was asking. That's what that is. Oh, I have my shops up. I can show it to you. How about that? How about that? If I can find the right thing. Scrolling down. There, see? Small vintage brass blotter. See? I couldn't find one just like this one either. A lot of the ones I found were bigger and more ornate, but this one was a smaller one. But it made me really happy to find it in the bins with an inkwell type of deal too. Okay. Anyway. So, how long did it take for you to get sales when you started? I got sales pretty immediately. When I first started, I was just selling mostly vintage stuff. I guess I should do a how I got started video someday. I started selling on eBay, or Etsy rather. I started on Etsy before I ever got on eBay. And it's a little bit sad. When my grandmother passed away, she collected many things, and so we were going through stuff. The family all picked out the things they wanted, and then there was just a ton of stuff left over, and we didn't want to do an estate sale. We hadn't gone through everything yet, and so I was allowed the task of taking things and trying to sell them. And so I started slowly, and I was still teaching at the time. It was my last year teaching, and I was starting to sell some things on Etsy, and so I was getting my feet wet. But things were selling for me there. That was 7 or 8 years ago or so. Yeah, so that's how I got started, and then things were selling. So let's see. I missed a thing. Oh, we're talking coronavirus now. Oh no. They're baby goats, not. Oh my gosh. I feel like Jesse's pulling our legs. I'm gonna have to run over to his channel and see if he's selling baby goats. But I have a feeling he's pulling our legs. Do I sell Michael Kors handbags? I don't. I have one. I don't think I've sold one before. Yeah. Um, was that a Philo fax on your story? Oh no, that was a journal. This leather pink journal. I got that in the bins too. I got that in the bins too, I think. So, oh my gosh. um, what should a new person start to sell with? I am new and looking forward to the possibilities, Valerie says. I guess I would start with things that you're familiar with. Or even things around the house or things that you know, and just start building out from there. Okay, just trying to drink my water now. Okay, so I think I didn't ever get to the other questions, which is fantastic. I have other questions that maybe I'll just make a separate video for to answer, but I'm glad I got to sit and talk to you guys, and I'm glad that Pancake's pushing the computer, was able to talk to you about the join button also. And sorry, he's pushing the computer. He wants attention. All right. Thank you so much. And again, go down there and leave the thumbs up. And if you didn't find value in this, leave a thumbs down and let me know in the comments, what you would have different, what's bothering you, so I can improve. I like the feedback. I might ignore it, but I like to hear it anyway. It's nice to see you guys, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, everybody. Maybe. It's not popping up.